Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at Darlington Dogs of War and I'm taking on Sean's Space Wolves. This is the planet today. It's an outpost that the Space Wolves have established themselves on, and the Dark Eldar are coming to raid and pillage and steal. So the mission today is Cleanse and Control, which is where you draw 3 cards per turn, and deployment is Dawn of War. We have objective marker number 1, number 2 is here, number 3 in the centre, this one will be number 4, this one's number 5, and this one here is number 6. So we haven't rolled off the sides yet. We do know there is night fighting though, and there's going to be an appearance made today by the Wookiee. So yes, let's have a look at the armies. Right guys, so this is the Dark Eldar force today. We have the Warlord is going to be Drazar. His Warlord trait I rolled on the Dark Eldar one is Rage. I am taking a Real Space Raider detachment, so the troops will get 5+ cover to start with on turn 1. Other HQ choice is a Succubus with an Archite Glaive. She has the Animus Vitae. No, that's not right. That's a Blood Angel one. She has the... yeah, it is the Animus Vitae. And she has an Archite Glaive and a Webway Portal. They are rocking with 8 Incubi. One of them has been upgraded to a Clavex, and they will be riding in that raider there with Night Shields. So for troops choices, we have 3 units of 10 warriors. Each unit has a single blaster in. I'm going to try blasters instead of splinter cannons, trying for a bit more versatility. They will be riding in 3 raiders. All of them 3 are upgraded with Night Shields and splinter racks. Moving on to what have we got next? Let's have a look. We have fast attack. We have 10 Chimera and a Beastmaster with a Agonizer. We have 5 Scourge. 4 of them have Haywire blasters. We have 2 units of Reavers. We have a unit of 3. The one with the skulls will have cluster caltrops. We've got a unit of 6. The one with the blue hair here is going to be the Arena Champion. That has cluster caltrops along with the one here with the skulls as well. For the other fast attack slot, we have the Razor Wing. It has 2 Dark Lancers and 2 of the Strength 6 Shred missiles. Coming across here for heavy support, we have the Forge World Reaper with Night Shields. We have a Ravager with 3 Dark Lancers and Night Shields. We have a bog standard Void Raven. I'm hoping it does something for me this game. It seems that every one of my armies has that one model that doesn't quite want to do what it's supposed to do, and unfortunately this is the Dark Eldar one that does nothing for me. So let's see if he actually does something this game. So we then got some Covenants formations. We have the Dark Artisan. He is coming out to play. The Kronos has the, I think it's a Spirit Probe that gives you 4+ feel no pain. The Homunculus is armed with a Webway Portal and a Liquefier gun, as well as an Agonizer. The Talos itself has twin-linked Splinter Cannon and twin-linked Liquefier Gun, as well as Chain Flails. We then have the Scalper Squadron. So we've got 2 units of 5 racks. Each unit has a single Ossifactor, and they have 2 Venoms with dual Splinter Cannons. In the final formation, we have a Grotesquerie with Yuri and Rakarth in there, and I think I've got one with let's have a look. Yes, one of them has an Arborition in. The Arborition, let's say, will be this guy here, and he has a Agonizer. So that is the Dark Eldar force today. Quite large. Let's have a look at Sean's Space Wolves. Right, so here we go. Here is Sean's fantastically painted 3,000 points of Space Wolves. Just to point out, the Wookiee is part of the army. He is a gargantuan creature, toughness 10, 10 wounds. So yeah, Sean, you want to talk us through your army?
Yep, so we have Space Wolves detachment with the Wolf Lord, Jump Pack, Runic Armor, Black Death, just because. A Rune Priest with Jump Pack. Then he's got a unit of Skyclaws with him, with a Pack Leader with a Power Sword. Then we have the troops choices with Grey Hunters, 5 Grey Hunters in the first squad with melter gun, power weapon, with a dedicated transport Razorback with twin-linked assault cannon. The second unit has an additional man, power weapon, flamer, then dedicated transport with twin-linked heavy flamer. Then we have a Storm Wolf, just because it's funny. Why are you laughing?
Why? Because you're shaking the camera because you're still pissed from last night.
It's you know, drink was free.
Fair enough.
Right, then we have the Champions of Fenris detachment, led by a Wolfguard battle leader on Thunderwolf, with runic armour, power spear and storm shield, with Thunderwolf mount. Then we have a Wolf Priest at the back, with Wolfguard with 5 combi weapons, 2 combi plasma, 3 combi plasma, 2 combi melter in a drop pod. We then have 2 Iron Priests, 1 on Thunderwolf and 1 on foot, because he's pretty. Then we have 2 Dreadnoughts, 1 with twin linked heavy flamer and heavy flamer in a drop pod behind the Wookiee. And the other one with Hellfrost cannon, just because everyone loves Hellfrost. What else we got? We have Vindicator, Whirlwind, a Wolf Priest on bike with 3 extra bikers in the Swift Claws? Yeah, the Swift Claws. I really shouldn't be doing this drunk. We have a pack leader with Wolf Claw, melter gun and a power fist in there. Then we have 3 Wolfguard Terminators with twin Wolf Claws, Thunderhammer Storm Shield, an assault cannon and the Rune Priest and Terminator armour in drop pod. And I think that's everything.
Right guys, so here we go. Sean has won the roll off. He is going first. It is night fighting. We'll take you through the deployment in a second, but first of all, big thanks to Darlington Dogs of War for having me back again. It's a pleasure to be back. If you live in the Darlington area, please check them out on Facebook. I'll post a link in the description. And today's mat is supplied by urbanmats.com, courtesy of Martin. Please check them out as well. He sent me some new mats and I've done a product review. Please check out that video. So, first of all, deployment. We've got the Wolf Bikers. Is that one big unit?
Yep.
On this side, we've got the Whirlwind with the old school turret on. Razorback with one of the Grey Hunter squads in.
Yep.
We've got the Sky Claws with the Warlord in there. We've got the Vindicator trying to get a little bit of cover with the Iron Priest. Plasma Longfangs in the centre. Dreadnought with the Hellfrost cannon and the other Grey Hunter Razorback here. Thunderwolves. And just want to point out as well, Sean's actually painted some of his Marines up as Death Watch, and they've come back. He's what's the story behind them?
Basically, when they're deployed, they end up as Death Watch for X amount of missions. Then when they return back to the Legion, they keep their armour because they can be recalled at any point. So,
cool.
And they look cool.
They do indeed. And he's got a spear. What made you give him a spear?
Basically, I was staring at my model desk and I had lizard men on there, so I nicked it. And that's it, pretty much.
Cool, fair enough. And how many coffees is that you've had this morning? 3.
3 so far.
So yeah, hopefully the Dark Eldar bring a world of pain to Sean's hangover. And he's got the long fangs here. In reserve, he's got the drop pod with the Terminators, the drop pod with the Dreadnought, the
drop pod with the Wolfguard with combi weapons.
Yeah, Wolfguard and combi weapons.
Priest in there.
And the
Storm Wolf.
Storm Wolf. I never know which way around they are. Whatever. Anyway, my counter deployment. We've got the Ravager on this side. We've got the Beast and the 6-man unit of Reavers here. At the back here, we've got Urian and 3 of the Grotesques. Just a point as well, the Grotesques actually have 4+ feel no pain. No, they don't. They have +1 strength, so the strength 6. We've got the Scourge. I'm actually deploying them for once as I fancy the range on them. I mean, moving 12 and then shooting 24. To be honest, I don't know why I've been deep striking them all this time. We've got the 3 squad of Reavers here, and then just out of line of sight, we've got the other 3 Grotesques and the Reaper at this side. In reserve, I've got the 3 Raiders filled with Warriors. I've got the Scalper Squadron. I've got the Dark Artisan. I've got the Raider with the Incubi and Drazar in, and of course both Flyers. So, looking across the board, it's quite a desolate world, and the Eldar are looking to cause some pain on these space puppies today. Now, I do want to seize the initiative, Sean. How would you feel if I did? You don't care. Right, so 6 up. No, so close. So we'll move on to Space Wolf turn 1. Right, so Space Wolf turn 1. Sean has drew Hungry for Glory, Secure Objective 6, and Oath of Vengeance. I've nominated he needs to try and kill Urian to get that. So let's have a look at his movement. Right, so Sean dropped one of the drop pods here on Objective 6. That Dreadnought is going to look to flame some of the demons and chase them off of the objective so he can get Objective 6. The Thunderwolves have moved forwards, probably looking to go after the Ravager pretty soon, or possibly the Chimera if they stay alive. The Longfangs and the Wookiee have stayed still. This Dreadnought and the Razorback are pushing forwards. Longfangs have stayed still. The Vindicator just getting a better line of shot. The Skyclaws and this Razorback pushing forward, hopefully to start eating in over there. And the bikes with the Wolf Priest as well pushing forward. The second drop pod did scatter slightly but stopped due to the terrain, and the Wolves have the Wolf Terminators are getting out, probably trying to kill these guys here. So let's have a look at the sight and shooting and see what damage Sean does. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys have turbo boosted up, probably looking to start eating away at the Reaper or the Grotesques. Down here, I lost a single Reaver despite having 2 up Jink with Night Fighting and a 6 up Female Pain because of Urian. These guys unloaded everything, 2 Stormbolters and the Assault Cannon. It was actually the Assault Cannon from the Razorback that did the damage. Over this side, the Razorback's turbo boosted up as well. The Dreadnought has ran. And Sean elected not to fire the plasma as of yet due to the cover saves I'll be getting, and the Vindicator hasn't shot either as it is out of range. The Whirlwind, however, did drop a nasty pie plate, and despite having a 6 up in run and 6 up feeling up in, I didn't pass a single save. However, both those guys have passed their leadership checks. Over this side, I lost a single Reaver to the fire from the Heavy Bolters with a 2 up Jink and 6 up feeling up in, and I lost 3 Chimera here from the Heavy Flamer, the Twin Linked Heavy Flamer and the Stormbolter. They also passed their leadership test. So the only point that Sean scores for the moment is Secure Objective 6. So let's have a look at Dark Eldar turn 1. Right, so I've drew Secure Objective 4, Secure Objective 6 and Psychological Warfare. Right, so there's Objective 4. I'm not getting that due to him having Objective secured there. And number 6, nah, possibly, but I'd have to take out the Dreadnought and the drop pod, and it's way too risky to be able to try and do it this turn. So movement, as you can see, the Reavers and the Beasts have all pulled forward, hopefully start eating into this squad here. The Ravager has pulled sideways, hopefully to try and blow the Dreadnought up. If not, then the Ravager is gone. The Lone Scourge passed her dangerous terrain and she's looking to get a shot at the Vindicator. And the Reaper has pulled sideways, looking to get a line in on the Vindicator as well. The Grotesques here got a 2-inch move to recover, looking to charge these, as well as I need to move these forward actually, and they're going to charge in there as well. The Grotesques at this side are going to charge and hold up these bikes to keep the Reaper alive a bit longer. As for Deep Strikes, the Scalper Squadron, I tried to place one here and unfortunately scattered off the board. I rolled a 6, so we went into ongoing reserve. So try to put the second one straight where we should be, and he scattered that way slightly. I'm looking to get first blood against that Iron Priest. So let's move on to the shooting phase and see what damage we can do. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys rapid fired into Terminators, got 1 hit but failed to wound. The Reaper took aim with its lance weapon, got a hit on the Vindicator, rolled a 3 for hairwires, and Sean managed to pass 2 of his 5-ups due to being partially obscured. It would have been 4, but Dark Eldar have night vision. So the Vindicator's only lost 1 whole point. The Scourge then took a shot at it as well, but unfortunately she missed. These guys here, rapid fired into the Thunderwolves, got a single hit, but again failed to wound. The Ravager took aim at The Dreadnought here got 3 hits, and unfortunately only rolled 2 glances, so he is down to 1 hull point. Yeah, he's probably going to be charging the Ravager next turn, possibly. We'll have to see what happens. The best thing, however, the Ossifactor killed the Iron Priest there, and as a result, the Venom unloaded into the Marines here. I did get 3 wounds altogether, but Sean passed all of his saves, so I do get first blood, but I do get D3 for that due to the Scalper Squadron formation. So, let's move on to assaults. Right, so yeah, this happened.
I think the turn there is it went wrong.
Yeah, it went very, very wrong. I thought, yeah, I'm going to initiative 6. I'm going to have 2d6 strength 6 Rending Hammer of Wraths. I'm going to have 28 attacks from the beasts, and the Beastmasters going to have an Agonizer. Yeah, I killed 1 and managed to put a single wound on the Wolfpack leader. Yeah, I lost by quite a lot. He basically destroyed all the Reavers and then overran the beasts. Yeah, so that didn't go too well. Over here, I did lose a wound on 2 wounds on one of the grots, and then I lost a single biker. It was that Sean challenged here, and he killed the what's it called? Arena Champion. I elected to try and hit and run as it did pass my leadership test, and unfortunately rolled a 6, so that biker is tied in combat. I did kill a single Terminator though. Over this side, all of the Grotesques took 2 wounds altogether, 1 from the Power Fist and 1 from the Power Maul from the Priest. Sean has elected to do preferred enemy infantry, so obviously because these count as infantry, he was re-rolling 1s. I did manage to kill a single biker, but obviously the Grots are fearless. So yeah, I don't score any cards at all, I don't think, other than first blood for D3 points. So D3, 1 point, so that's 1-1. Right, so Sean has drew the Heroes of Fenris, so I'm guessing he's probably going to be getting that. Hungry for Glory, issue a challenge, and Oath of Vengeance, which, what's that?
That was your character you nominated that got killed by the end.
Oh yeah, so if he kills Urian, he gets that. Just to know from my turn as well, I did discard Secure Objective 6, so let's have a look at Sean's movement. Right, so the Thunderwolves and the Dreadnought both making a move for the Ravager. Unfortunately, last turn, they ate the Chimera and the Reavers for breakfast, so that's not too good. Over here, this Dreadnought is pulling forward as well as the Razorback. The Grey Hunters got out, and the Sky Claws have piled forwards as well, looking to probably start eating into that squad and potentially take out Urian with the extra attacks because of the banner, and probably eviscerate the Scourge here as well. The only other thing that happened is the Storm Wolf. Yep. Storm Wolf came in looking to probably take out the Reaper over there. So let's move on to the Psychic and Shooting Phase. Right, down here, the Venom lost a hull point to the twin-linked assault cannon from the Razorback there. The heavy bolt is then unloaded into it and I actually managed to wreck it. And the racks got out. The Whirlwind also shot at it. Actually no, it lost a hull point to the Whirlwind, not the Razorback. And then as a result, the racks that got out, all the plasma cannons turned, aimed down and absolutely blew them to bits. 7 wounds, and didn't even pass enough feel no pains to keep them alive. So never mind there. Over this side, the twin-linked heavy flamer and the other heavy flamer tried to glance the front armour of the Ravager, but unfortunately Sean didn't roll a 6. So I'm guessing that's going to all of these guys piling in. Over this side, lost the Reaper. Twin-linked multi-melter, Sean rolled a double 1 for his first hit, re-rolled and rolled another double 1. So yeah.
Shit rolling.
Yeah, in fairness, I've had some canny bad rolling. The dice just do not love either of us today. The last cannon, however, actually went straight through and exploded the Reaper at this side. And as I expected, the heavy flamer from the Razorback torched the Scourge, set his birdie wings on fire.
Yeah, well, this one gets looking like a pigeon.
So, there's nothing else to actually shoot as everything else is tied up in combat. So, Sean's going to probably make a charge with them. He did get press heats off on these guys here. Sean rolled a 1, he got it off on 2 dice, and obviously I couldn't stop it. So, they're all going to be piling into here and probably start eating into the wounds on the Grotesques. Yeah, I need a good reserve roll in my turn too, so let's see what Sean does in combat. Right, so welcome back after the assault phase. It has been bloody and brutal. Of course, Thunderwolves absolutely wrecked the Ravager. So yeah, that's gone. Meanwhile, over here, as you can see, it was a bloody brutal mess. The Warlord charged in with his Sky Claws. Urian accepted the challenge. The Arboration cut through about 4 or 3 of the Sky Claws. The other Grotesques managed to take out the rest of them. And no wounds were exchanged between Urian and the Warlord. Down on this side, however, we did manage to... the Reaver managed to kill a single Terminator before he was cut down. I did lose the Arboration to the Sky Claws attacking back as they were swinging at the same time. And these guys are both on 1 wound each due to the Thunderhammer. That one was on 1 wound anyway, and he failed 2 of his Feel No Pains. So that was a bloody brutal combat. And it's not looking good for the Dark Eldar. I've got these 3 models here, and I've got these 3 left here as well. As you can see, I cut down 2 bikes, but I did unfortunately take 2 wounds on each of these because of the Rune Priest and the Lightning Claw and Power Fist. The Grotesques are fearless though, so they are holding the bikers where they are. Let's have a look at Sean's points. He's going to be storming away with it, and I've got 6 models left, so I'm praying for a good reserve roll. Let's have a look at these points. Right, so Sean does score as Heroes of Fenris, as he did issue a challenge with the Warlord, so he also gets Hungry for Glory as well. That puts the Space Wolves at 3 points to the Dark Eldar's 1. Right, so here we go. I've still got Secure Objective 4, I've got Psychological Warfare still, and Secure Objective 3. I'm praying for a good reserve roll. Let's see what comes on the board. Right, so I need some good reserve rolls here. What have we got? We have 3 poison boats. 3 up. 2 of them are on. Got the Raider with the Incubi in. Is on. We have the Dark Artisan. It's on. The Razor Wing. No! And the Void Raven. Void Raven is on. So let's have a look at the reserve rolls and then we'll do movement. Right, so hopefully we can start to do some damage. The Drazar and the Incubi have all come in here and looking to probably try and take out this squad. I know there's only 3 of them left, but I'm not counting on Urian being able to hold them up for too long. Down here, the Void Raven has come on. I'm picking my targets wisely this time. Josh shouted at me from across the room saying target Marines, and I am. So I'm going to be dropping the bomb there, and the Lancers are going to be shooting straight at that Vindicator to see if we can pop that. The Dark Artisan has dropped in, looking to get some nice liquefiers, and of course the Spirit Siphon from the Kronos across at those guys. Hopefully we can take them out. Both of the Raiders here got a direct hit. I've got a lot of poison in that one. Hopefully take out those guys depending on what the Venom does. We've also got another one here. So I'm hoping I can take out the Dreadnought here. We'll have to see if we can do it though. So I do have the rest of my movement to do. Let's see what I can get done in this turn. Right, so I actually didn't have any other movement other than my reserves. We dropped the Lance Mine down on the Marines here, looking to get 6 of them. We hit 4s, we did scatter slightly, and managed to get a pen on the Rhino, the Razorback as well. Unfortunately, I didn't blow it up. The Disintegrator Cannon from the Raider there and the Splinter Pistol from the Succubus inside unloaded into the Marines, and there's only 2 of them left, and they have failed the leadership and they are running, so I do actually score Psychological Warfare for that. Over this side, the Disintegrator Cannon and the Blaster from inside the Raider shot after Dreadnought. I only got a single pen, and unfortunately I only shook him. He's not stunned, which means I'm going to be losing the Raider probably next turn when Sean charges. Unfortunately, due to taking a Real Space Raider detachment, I don't have objective secured, so I don't actually trump him on objective 4. Over this side here, the templates, I've got AP3 for the Liquefier and the Homunculus, and only AP6 on the one from the Talos. the Spirit Probe as well from the Kronos. I managed to actually kill 5 of the Marines here. Unfortunately, the Longfang Sergeant is still standing. The Void Raven also shot its lances at the Vindicator, and despite getting a hit, I rolled a 1. So that is still standing, only lost a single hull point. The Venom here unloaded everything into the Longfangs at this side and killed 3 of them. And then the Disintegrator Cannon and the poison shots from this one managed to actually get rid of the entire squad. So that was it for the shooting phase. We've now got a few assaults to make. Right, down here in combat, the Grotesque and Terminators and the Warlord and Urian slapping each other about and no wounds were exchanged. The Grot stood there taking blow after blow from the spear and the hammer, and they're standing defiant, holding the Warlord up over this side. Meanwhile, the combat's over here. I took a single wound on this guy from the Power Fist, and no other wounds were exchanged. I got only a couple of hits and a couple of wounds, and Sean passed his saves. So let's have a look at the cards at the Dark Eldar score. Right, so I've made a mistake. Totally forgot about Objective 3 here, and the Marines there are falling back, so if my Raider had been just half an inch further to the side, I'd have actually managed to score that objective. I do score Psychological Warfare for making them run, and I don't secure Objective 4. I've got quite a lot over this side though, so I think I'm going to keep that, and I've got quite a lot that I can probably get this one, so I'm going to keep both the cards. So the score is 3-2 to the Space Wolf. So let's move into Space Wolf, turn 3. Right, so Sean has drew secure Objective 5, he's got Unleash the Wolves, needs to completely destroy something in his soul phase, which he's probably going to get, and Oath of Vengeance, he still needs to kill Urian. Right, so over here, the Thunderwolves moving through the terrain, out of the way, trying to get back into the fight, as well as the Dreadnought. They've still got a long haul to get back over to the main forces of the Dark Eldar. The Wookiee has done a King Kong, stole the Succubus, and charged to the top of the biggest tower. The drop pod came in, and the Wolf Guard jumped out, probably looking to try and eviscerate the Raider, or possibly the Dark Artisan. We'll have to see what they choose to do. The Dreadnought and the Razorback are coming across this way as well. The Vindicator has moved out of the cover and looking to probably start blasting over this way. Meanwhile, over there, the Stormwolf is turned looking to try and eviscerate the Raider at that side. The Whirlwind and the Land Razorback also pulling forward, trying to join the fight over in this corner. So let's move on to the sight and shooting phase. Right, so a few things down here. The combats, I totally forgot about the -1 leadership for freakish spectacle on these guys, but never mind, I'll remember it for future turns. And I made a mistake with the Succubus last turn. I shot the Splinter Pistol, I should have shot the Animus Vitae at them. Totally forgot about it. Never mind. So, as you can see, this Raider is wrecked. The 2 melters actually went through it, and I failed both my jinx, and Sean managed to blow it up. I lost a single incubi in the explosion, and none of the guys around were damaged at all. Over this side, the Dreadnought shot the Hellfrost Cannon at... oh wait, he was snapshot. Doesn't matter anyway, no damage was done. I lost a wound, a hull point here, sorry, from the Assault Cannon on the Razorback there. The Vindicator and the Whirlwind also shot at it as well. Down here, as you can see, unfortunately, I lost the Kronos to the sheer shots coming in from the Plasma and the Melter. I did pass quite a lot before feeling no pains, but unfortunately I failed 3 of them. So yeah. That Venom, I also lost a single hull point. Sean rolled a double 6 to hit with a Storm Bolter, and I said to him, don't roll it again.
Oh well, can't help it.
Nah, look at his smug look. How evil does he look? Yeah, so that, I did manage to pass 1 of my 5 up-in runs though, so that's great. The Thunderwolves and the Dreadnought at this side managed to both get a 6-inch run. And the Marines here rapid fired into the Incubi, only caused a single wound and passed me armor save. So, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, actually, that guy there rapid fired into the Raider here as well and didn't do any damage. So the only one that's not drinking is that one. So we'll move on to the assault phase. We've got this one to work out and the bikes around the corner as well. What an assault phase. The Dreadnought here is charged in, auto-penning and blew up the Raider there. Unfortunately, Sean actually killed 4 guys inside with the Raider. The Blaster, however, did survive. So hopefully we can pop one of these 2, especially get rid of that, as I've still got our objective in hand. If I can get rid of that, I might have it. In combats over here, the Terminators cut down the 2 Grotesques. I couldn't pass enough fail no pins, unfortunately, but Urian is still unscathed. He is fearless, so he holds them up. And in combats down here, I killed a single biker, and the Power Maul and the Power Fist managed to kill the other 2 Grots. This guy is left with 1 wound remaining. Right, so Sean scores. He doesn't score secure objective 5. He does score Unleash the Wolf. Sean, are you discarding objective 5 or Oath of Vengeance?
No, I discard objective 5.
Cool, so that puts Sean at 4 points to my 2. Right, so I've got secure objective 4, I've got Witch Hunter and secure objective 3. Let's see what we can do. Alright, moving phase, these guys got a 6-inch move through cover, so they're moving out of the way, so they're not charging through difficult terrain. The Void Raven is making a beeline for the Whirlwind. It's only going to get 1 more shot before it's going to have to go off the table. The Talos and the Homunculus are pulled this way. I'm debating going for the Marines. I don't know, I might have to possibly charge the Dreadnought and see what we can do that way. It depends on how these 2 guys do with firing into the Thunderwolves as to whether or not I charge the Homunculus at here. These warriors are getting a move through cover as well. I don't think I want to be able to pop the Razorback here, but I need to move it to get him off objective 4. So let's see what happens in the shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, the Void Raven's finally done something. So it only got and blew up the Whirlwind. Shame it wasn't the Vindicator and he couldn't get a line of fire on them, but never mind. Over here, the Twin Link Liquefiers, unfortunately both of them, one of them, not Twin Link, sorry, were only AP 5. We managed to actually kill 3 of the Marines there. As a result, these guys unloaded the Ossifactor, the Disintegrator Cannon, and all of the poison shots. Managed to bring down 2 of the Thunderwolves. They have both passed their leadership test though. Over here, the Lone Blasted, hoping to get a shot in on this guy here. Unfortunately, I only rolled a single glance. I was debating what to do with the Talos. I was debating whether to charge him in here and smash him. It might have been a good idea, but I wanted to get rid of the Marines there. So yeah. The only other thing that happened down here, I remembered the Animus Vitae, killed a Marine, so now everybody in this big circle here treats it as being turn 5. That's +1 for Urian, and then +1 for the Animus Vitae as well, which means they are fearless, they are going to be cutting down the Terminator, the Warlord, and that Marine there. Just to note as well, Sean's Warlord did actually take a wound last turn in the assault phase from Urian. So yeah, that's it for the shooting phase. Let's move on to the assault. Right, so the assault phase down here, these guys finally cut down the last Grotesque and consolidated back. Meanwhile, in combat over here, didn't go well at all. I obviously killed the Marine, and I managed to kill a single Terminator despite getting an absolute crap ton of hits. Nearly everybody hit. I only got a few wounds. 3's to wound due to Fury's charge and +1 strength on the swords. And I only got about 6-7 wounds through. And he passed all of his invuns apart from 1. So I don't even score Witch Hunter, which means I'm probably going to end up killing him in his turn. And I don't get to consolidate back onto objective 3. And I don't even score objective 4. So yeah, move on to Space Wolves, turn 4. Right, so Sean has secure objective 4, which he's on. That Razorback that I didn't destroy is there. He's got secure objective 1, which his other Razorback's on. And Death of Vengeance, he still needs to kill Urian. Alright, so the Stormwolf has gone back up into flying mode, looking to hopefully take down the Void Raven. This is the Razorback that's on number 1. and just enough for my last turn as well. Urian did get his wound back that he inflicted due to It Will Not Die, and they all passed the leadership test as well, despite being at -2 for Freakish Spectacle. The bikes, as you can see, pulled sideways, looking to pile in and hopefully tie the incubi up and stop me from getting objective marker 3. The Razorback that I didn't shoot at is now going to flame these guys here, so the Warrior's going to be relying on Feel No Pain. The Vindicator as well, looking to probably shoot over this way, and the Thunderwolves, I'm guessing, are going to be taking these guys out. So we're going to have to hope that the Overwatch is something spectacular. Let's see what Sean does in the shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, the Stormwolf and the Razorback took aim at the Void Raven, and despite actually clipping its armour a few times, the Void Raven pilot managed to actually get out of the way and jink every single thing that came in at it. Over this way, the Hellfrost Cannon did a wound on the Talos, passed his strength test thankfully. The Plasma Gunner that was down on the bottom floor took aim and managed to get a wound on the Homunculus. Those guys and the Stormbolt from the drop pod shot at the Raider and Venom over there and didn't do any damage. The only other damage was the Heavy Flamer shot at these 6 warriors here, and I did manage to pass 3 of me Feel No Pains thankfully. So they are sticking around due to the Animus Vitae. I class this as turn 5, so they are feelers. So yeah, I think what's going to be happening in the assault phase is these are going to be charging in to try and tie the Incubi up. I think our Dreadnought's going for the Talos as well, so we'll have to see what happens there. Wow, what an absolute stormer of an assault phase. Down here, Overwatch with all of the Splinter Rifles managed to get 5 hits with Twin Linked, 4 wounds, and Sean rolled 2 1s. So his Iron Priest went down. This guy, however, managed to blow up the Raider, and I lost 4 to the explosion. Down here, the Marine and the Wolf Priest went in and destroyed the Venom, and the Racks are getting out over that side as well. Obviously none of these guys are pinned as they are fearless. In combat here, the Talos did take a wound to the Power Fist from the Dreadnought, but in return he managed to take the last hull point from the Dreadnought. The biggest disappointment, however, is here. Despite Drazar, a Clearvex, a Succubus, Urian Rakarth, and 6 Incubi, I only inflicted a single wound. Sean absolutely went through his wounds, his armour saves, passing Forbes left, right and centre. And as you can see, I lost quite a lot of my Incubi to the power, to the Wolf Claw and the giant spear that he has. So he, unfortunately, is down to 1 wound. Urian Rakarth also took a wound as well. The Succubus, she's on 1 wound from when she was fighting the Marine back there. So, that is the end of the assault phase. These guys are still tied up. So let's have a look at Sean's points. Right, so Sean does score objective 1. We've just measured here, he's just outside of the 3 inches. He wanted to get in the position to be able to flame them, so he unfortunately doesn't score objective 4 here. And he still hasn't killed Urian Rakarth, so he doesn't score a point for that. So let's move on to Dark Eldar, turn 4. Right, so I've drew Death by 1,000 Cuts. I'm hopeful that I can do it. I've still got objective 4 and I've got objective 3. So objective 4 my warriors are on. Objective 3 I need to kill everything in that combat and consolidate out. Right, so my Razor Wing has come on. I'm hoping to get the Dart Lancers and the missiles on the back of that Dreadnought to possibly get rid of it. I'm hoping these guys can take out that Thunderwolf. I'm hoping the Racks can kill the Priest and the Marine there. This guy needs to move forward though, as I'm going to be charging here onto the vehicle. And I had a single Raider coming on, and it tried to deep strike it over here, but unfortunately it has scattered way back. And the Void Raven has gone off the table. So, let's move that Talos and then move on to the shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys rapid fired into the Thunderwolf and brought him down. The Ossifactor here, despite getting a hit, didn't actually do a wound on that front Marine. I was hoping to be able to kill the Marine there. Over here, the Razor Wing got the Dark Lancers on the rear armour of this guy, and even shot his missiles, and the missiles did absolutely bot off. Couldn't roll a 4+ to save me life on the rear armour. One lance did go through, however, and actually managed to make him snap fire next turn, which is great considering both flamers. The lone blaster here took aim through the window of the Razorback and managed to blow it sky high. The only other shooting that we did is the blaster and disintegrator cannon here went for the Vindicator. Unfortunately, I didn't quite take it out, so I'm going to have to kill the Vindicator, those Marines, and hopefully kill 2 units over here if we Incubi don't whiff this turn. So let's see what happens. Wow, what an assault phase. Highs, lows, everywhere, all over the place. As expected, the Talos managed to blow the Vindicator up. Over here, despite getting about 7 or 8 wounds, Sean then swung, I got 7 or 8 wounds, Sean failed 3 of his armor saves, and then rolled a 666 for his feel no pain. So if I'd only just killed one of those 2 guys, oh the bloody Dreadnought. However, over here, I finally, despite terrible dice rolls with the wounds on the Incubi, managed to kill the Warlord and cut down the Terminator. I wish I kept Witch Hunter now, but never mind. They are tied up in combat with those guys as they are fearless, and yeah, I lost a single Incubi to those. Hopefully we can get rid of them next turn, but based on the roll that they've been having for this turn, probably not. So let's have a look at the points. Right, so I do score 1 point for death by 1,000 cuts, as I managed to kill 5 different units, and I do secure objective 4. I'm going to keep hold of objective 3. I kind of wish I kept hold of what was it, Witch Hunter now. So what's the score for me? Is that like 3 points to me? First Blood, secure 3, and psychological warfare to Sean's 8 or something. Yeah, let's move on to Space Wolf turn 5. Right, so just adding the points up there, I do get Slay the Warlord and I did get First Blood, so I've actually got 5 points, and Sean also has 5, so it's a neck and neck going into turn 5. Right, so Sean still has objective 4, he has Hold Your Ground, so hopefully he can get that with objective 4 if the game goes on to turn 6, and he's still got Oath of Vengeance, he needs to kill Urian still. Alright, so movement. Stormwolf has span and he is looking to take on the Razor Wing over this side. The Dreadnought there is looking to hopefully get rid of these 3 fearless warriors. I'm hoping to God that I can get a shot in with the blaster on Overwatch and go through his front armour. The lone Marine over here has moved through cover, looking to probably take on the homunculus with a plasma gun. And over here, the Razorbacks pulled forward, looking to get some shots across as well. And those guys have disembarked out, still holding objective 1 there. Right, so super fast shooting phase. This guy double tapped his plasma rifle at the homunculus, failed both. He passed both of his feel no pains. Yeah, I rolled 2 6s. The assault cannon managed to get a rend on the unit, and unfortunately I failed me 5 of cover and 5 of feel no pain, so the Talos has been brought down. That's going to be nasty because my Talos was going to be taking this guy on next turn if the Warriors stayed around, or yeah, it's going to be brutal. And the Stormwolf unloaded everything into the Razor Wing. He only got a single pen through the Night Shields, and it's snap firing next turn. So that's pretty much it for shooting. Let's move on to combats. Right, just to mention at the end of the shooting phase before, the Stormbolt from the drop pod killed off 2 of the warriors there. In combat here, we managed to bring down the Wolf Guard, but unfortunately not the Wolf Priest. Sean swung back with the Power Maul and unfortunately rolled 3 2s to hit. So yeah. Down here, the Dreadnought charged in. Space Wolf and Blood Angel Dreadnoughts don't get 4 attacks, like the Space Marines one, side face for me and Sean. And he only got 2 hits and killed 2 of the Cabalites. So unfortunately, he's tied up in there. I really wish he had killed him, and then I could have gotten onto objective 4 in my next turn. Over here, finally, Urian, the Incubi, the Clavex, the Drazar and the Succubus might as well call them the Fellowship of the Ring, they're that random what's there. Finally managed to cut down all of the bikers before they were ran down. Urian actually got an instant death over on the Wolf Priest as well, and Sean failed his save, which meant he didn't get his 6-up feel no pain. He did actually pass a couple of the 6-up feel no pains as well. So they do consolidate 5 inches this way, looking to get me objective 3 in my next turn. So let's have a look at Sean's points. So looking at Sean's cards, because he didn't kill the warrior, he doesn't score secure objective 4. Hold your ground, he doesn't have yet, but he might get it if the game goes on to turn 6. And Oath of Vengeance, he still needs to take down Urian. So let's move on to Dark Eldar, turn 5. Right, so Dark Eldar turn 5, we drew Kingslayer, we drew secure objective 3, and we've got secure objective 1. Objective 1 I'm not going to get. So the Void Raven has come back on, he's got a line of fire in on the Stormwolf, it's wreaked havoc on them, and he wants to bring it down. The Raider here has moved forward 12, looking to hopefully secure this, while the Fellowship of the Ring is going to be going for the Razorback there. There's objective 1, but he has got 5 troops on the other side of that building, so I'm not going to go for that. The Razor Wing has pulled forward 18. He is snap firing, but I'm hoping I can get lucky and just kill that plasma gunner there. If not, I need to move the Homunculus towards him, and I'll probably try and take him out as well. Over this side, the Warriors have moved forward, looking to support the Racks and take out the Wolf Priest. Right, so we have done the entire shooting and assault phase. The Void Raven shot at the Stormwolf, got 2 hits and 2 pins with the Strength 9 Lancers and managed to blow it out of the sky. As you can see, it did fall and crash to the ground, but didn't hit anything. Shooting, the Razor Wing didn't shoot anything, as the Disintegrator Cannon from here managed to kill the Plasma Gunner there. The Homunculus did shoot the Liquefier first, but didn't do anything. Over here, in the assault phase, these guys charged in, and Drazan, the Succubus, managed to cut the Razorback to pieces. Unfortunately, it did explode, and the Succubus was killed. So the Fellowship of the Ring is falling. Boromir is no more. Yep. Over here, the Racks and the Kabbalites managed to get a single wound through the armour of the Wolf Priest. They actually got a second one through, but he rolled a 6+ feel no pain. He then swung back and killed 2 of the Racks. So the only other thing was here, and as expected, the Dreadnought actually killed the lone Kabbalite. So, points-wise, I do have Kingslayer. I do secure objective 3 here, and I don't secure objective 1. So that gives me 6 plus D3. That puts me at 7. I do have Line Breaker. Unfortunately, Sean's drop pod's just outside of 12, so he doesn't have Line Breaker as it stands. So, if the game ends here, Sean, it's 8-5 to the Dark Eldar. 2. No way!
Oh well, good game.
Awkward left hand shake. Awesome game. Thoughts on Dark Eldar? Yeah.
Off your knife ears.
Yeah. What? Honestly, right, the guys down here, the Incubi really should have mowed through them Terminators faster than what they did.
Should have, but you didn't.
No. And look at this. Absolute wreckage of vehicles in the middle of the field here. Unfortunately, I forgot my smoke markers. I think it might have looked quite effective indeed. So that is the end of the game. The Dark Eldar have pillaged, and the Wookiee unlucky Wookiee hasn't come into play. So that is a victory for the Dark Eldar. I'm feeling them a little bit more again. Ha! He's fell. Strength 10 AP1 hit from the top of the building with instant death. I think a big mistake for me though, Sean was charging the Reavers at the Thunderwolves. I severely underestimated them. Yeah,
just a bit.
Big mistake indeed. And the Incubi taking that long to chew through the Terminators, man. I mean, wow.
I was surprised at that, to be honest.
Yeah, just not wounding at all. Getting the hits, but not the wounds. I think losing my Scourge as well, and like I said at the beginning of the deployment, I normally actually keep them in reserve and deep strike them. As soon as Sean realised what they did, he targeted them with the Whirlwind, and I lost them almost instantly. I think that was the big thing, as I had very little anti-tank left as he went straight for the Ravager and the Reaper. So, if you've enjoyed the game today, I hope you have. Please check out Darlington Dogs of War. I'll post a link to the Facebook page in the description. Sean, thank you very much indeed. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. pleasure.
Yep, we hope to be back very, very soon and possibly taking on Sean's Space Wolves again.